Hi guys and welcome back again. So next up we're going to have a look at the effects here. Let's just try out a preset so we've got something a bit more interesting to listen to. Let's try keys. We'll go try electric piano. We'll load that up. Come out of here again. We've got a nice electric piano sound. Okay, so the first option we have here is the shaper. Now, the mode here allows us to set the mode of this shape piece. This is going to add like saturation and distortion. We've got various different algorithms to choose from. It's worth trying those out. Now, the dry wet is going to introduce this effect. So let's go 100% wet. You can hear that soft saturation. This is very velocity sensitive, so we're going to get more distortion when we play kind of faster, therefore harder. We've got tube there as well. Okay, so let's just blend that in a little bit. Now, the parameters we have here, first of all, is band. Now, when this is illuminated, it means you can use the low cut and the high cut to determine where this distortion is going to be placed in the frequency spectrum. See, now we've lost it all together. That's much more on the high frequencies, and then let's say we want it to be more low frequency based, we can do so. If that's not illuminated, the distortion is just going to be placed throughout the frequency spectrum. Now we have a high quality mode, which is going to introduce 8 times oversampling to prevent aliasing. Drive parameter is going to be distortion strength. Really nice. Okay, so next along we have this bit option here. This is going to be a bit rate reduction control. You can hear that. And sample rate reduction. So these are our kind of digital distortion effects. Very nice. We know about the low cut and the high cut, and we know about the dry wet to introduce that and blend it with the original signal. Okay, let's take this down. Okay, so let's have a look at the phaser next. Let's try a different sound. We'll go with the lead. Okay, just come out here. Let's take the overall level down so it's not so loud. Okay, let's come to the phaser. So it's already in here. But basically what we have is different modes we can work with. Let's put on a 6-stage phaser to start with. Bring up the dry wet. So we can hear that at work. Now the controls we have here are frequency, which is the bass frequency, feedback, which is going to feed the sound back into itself, spread, which is going to widen it in the stereo field, or it can be more of a mono effect. Rate is going to be modulation rate, and depth is going to be the depth of that modulation. So we can hear that at work there. Now we have, as I said, different stages to the phaser, and also we can use it in a kind of vowel mode as well. Let's just reset this and try it. This one just on a pure sawtooth wave so we can really hear. So we can really hear that at work. And we have high, low and mid versions of this. Really nice. Now the pre option allows you to set the phaser before the distortion. So we can either bring in a bit of distortion here, We can either phase a distorted sound or we can distort a phase sound. It's quite a different sound. Okay, let's reset things here. So next up we have a chorus flanger. Let's stick with more of a pure waveform here. Take down the volume a bit, but let's try something a bit more experimental here. Let's try a sitar. Okay, so I'll bring up the dry wet. We know what that does. You can hear the chorus at work. Now we have different modes here. So 0-1 is a flanger. And we have 2 to 6 different kind of chorus versions. And then the J8 is similar to the sound of the chorus in a JP8000. Now the parameters we have for this are going to be the delay time, the feedback amount, the rate control, depth, that's the rate and depth of the modulation, wide, which can make it mono or very stereo, and then we have a low cut and a high cut, which is going to determine where we're going to position this effect in the stereo field, and dry wet, we know about. Okay, then we have a delay. Let's choose a different waveform here. Okay, so for the delay, we can have it in ping pong mode. So it's going to go back and forth between the two speakers. So we can switch that on and off. Let's just bring up some dry wet so we can hear this in action. So you can hear that here we have a very fast delay in the right hand channel and a slower in the left hand channel. With ping pong off, fast delay in the right hand channel is finishing first, and then the left hand delay is carrying on. But with ping pong on, it's sending that left delay to left, right, left, right, left, right. You can hear there. Now we can modulate this delay. We have a rate control and then a modulation amount dial here. Okay, let's just change the delay times a bit more similar. So it just helps to soften the delay slightly, push it back a little bit. Feedback is going to be the number of delays you hear, essentially. And next up we have the wide setting here. Now when this is set to the middle, like so, the delay effect is going to be mono. So we can hear there. When it's set all the way to the left and the right hand channels are going to be swapped. And when it's set to the right, it's going to be the normal delay mode. So left channel is going to be on the left hand side, the right channel is going to be on the right hand side. Okay, so we know about the rate and the modulate control, bringing in the amount of modulation. Color allows us to introduce some color here. So it can be brighter or duller. And we know dry wet's going to kind of balance the amount we're bringing in. Let's reset this. Let's try a different waveform. Okay, so next up we have reverb. I should say on the delay we can also sync the project tempo. So next up we have reverb. So first of all we have our reverb modes. We have plates, halls, sparkles, ambience, dimension, and aura. So it's worth playing around with those. Very much a kind of small room early reflection program. This sounds a bit like Native Instruments' massive kind of dimension expander. Sparkles is really a huge reverb. Really nice sound. As I said, halls and plates as well. Put it back onto plate. Now, we have a sync option here, which is quite interesting because it allows you to sync the pre-delay to the project tempo, which you don't usually see really, but it's quite a useful function. So if you wanted to have a really kind of rhythmic effect with the reverb and you wanted the pre-delay to actually be pushing the reverb back with a certain beat division, you can implement that using the sync option. Now, damp is going to determine in how much high frequencies are going to be damped. You can hear that pre-delay at work. So much brighter, much duller. Widening is going to be either mono or super stereo kind of widened. Decay is going to be the decay time, a really important parameter. Gotta go super long there. Color is going to be a low pass and a high pass filter. So to the left low pass, to the right high pass. Dry wet is going to balance the effect. And those are the different effects we can add in. I should also say we can mute effects using this little mute button which appears underneath each one of our effects tabs here. So as I said, we've covered the effects here. Shaper, we went through the parameters for the shaper here. Allows you to add in distortion, saturation, phaser. You can use either an up to 6-stage phaser or alternatively vowel modes. Chorus, where we can have flanger, choruses, or that J8000 setting. Delay to add in ping pong or stereo delay. And reverb to add in that really nice high quality reverb we just heard. Okay, so now we've covered the effects section. In the next video, we're going to head across and look at our output section. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.